Hello, welcome, friends. Hey, it's time for a Fox 411 and Kiss Country neighborhood news event here that we have with Jay and myself, Harry O, here with Edie Blanchard from the MacNider Art Museum. It's all brought to you by CG Public Health. We thank them very much, cghealth.com. Edie, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's holiday time.
It is. It's that time of year. It doesn't look like it so much outside, but I think it's coming soon.
And I'm okay with that. Jay,
I
are you okay
know.
with that? I can probably wait till January for any of
I
these.
know. I know. Because we're going to
Well,
have so much of it that we'll be so tired of it. Everybody at the beginning is like, oh, peppermints and snowflakes. And then at the
Right.
end, it's just like mud.
yeah, the only time I care to see it snow is like on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then it can go away.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Other than
Yep.
that, I don't care. I don't own a snowmobile. I don't have four-wheelers anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
We live in the country, so we're not huge fans. Yeah.
those people that are begging for snow need to have their head examined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or move. Yeah. Or we just have to move south.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what's been going on at the MacNider Art Museum to get ready for your big Christmas, your holiday open house.
Well, we have lots going on. We have our little elves that have been at work. We have a big weekend planned. We're going to have on Friday night, the 10th, we have MacNider Off the Clock, which will have our guest band is the Hats, which are a local band. And so they're always very popular. We'll have wine and hors d'oeuvres and great music. It's free to attend. You don't have to pre-register. You just stop on by, and that's from 5 to 7. And then on Saturday, what we've really been working on is our holiday open house. And we have all sorts of fun little things that we've been making, our examples. And so we're going to have all the pieces cut out, and kids will come and they'll make all sorts of fun holiday crafts. So it's from 1 to 4 on that Saturday. We'll have our special guest Santa will be there. The Clarinet Society, which is an area group, is going to play around 3 o'clock. The mayor is going to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" and through several times throughout the day. As I mentioned, we have, I think, about 5 crafts that we're doing for families where they can come and make little things and give them as gifts or keep them themselves and fun stuff.
So Edie, when is the busiest time that people are all showing up? Is it right at the beginning, towards the middle,
Yeah,
towards
it's
the
right
end?
at the beginning. If
Is
you
it?
can, I always urge people to actually come at 3 o'clock. I promise we'll still have art supplies, and I promise that we'll still have, we will have cookies and things like that. All of our cookie bakers, they get together and they, we probably serve 800 to 1,000 homemade cookies
Wow.
on that day. Yeah, and they're all the specialty. I know. So if anybody wants to bake cookies, we still need cookie bakers. So they're all the cutout cookies and the the little stained glass cookies and all the special like little reindeer cookies, things like that. That are a big thing. So.
But is Santa still the big highlight?
Santa is still the big highlight.
Okay.
It's still the big highlight. And, due to COVID, if you want, you can come right up to Santa or, you can kind of just walk by Santa. There's like no pressure this year, on what to do. So, but I definitely think that Santa will be very popular this year. I know last year there was a lot of Zoom Santas, and there's still those options for people who prefer that. But I think that people are going to be happy to be able to be back to that again.
How many kids get on Santa's lap and start crying?
Well, so this is the thing we do. We know that that's actually a really uncomfortable thing for kids. So we have this long bench settee that we have, and kids can sit beside Santa. And so there's kind of a no pressure thing that you don't have to do that. But I will say, lots of families, this is their yearly place where they come and get a picture of Santa with the kids, with the tree, and they have them as their kids get older. So.
I remember, I don't know if Harry, your kids are like this or grandkids, but they're all excited to see Santa Claus and oh, there he is. And they, okay, your turn. You go up there and it's like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
It's
Santa.
a
Don't.
scary guy, right?
Yeah.
He's dressed weird, like nobody wears clothes like that, and you've heard about him on TV and movies, but especially when they're kids, they're just not familiar.
Yeah.
Right. So get the kids, your grandkids, who's
Mhm.
ever watching this, get on down to the MacNider Art Museum. By the way, did I spell that right? MacNiderArt.org, or is there an A in between?
There's an A in it.
There is? Okay, I'll get that changed.
MAC.
So,
That's okay.
but obviously a lot of stuff going on here.
Mhm.
This itself is on Saturday,
Yeah, yeah. Holiday open house is on Saturday, and then remember we
Saturday the
have
10th
Saturday.
or,
It's the 11th, correct?
or the 11th. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
And
looking
then
at
the
the calendar.
10th is the Friday night, and we have from 5 to 7 the hats and food and drink and fun stuff like that. So,
Okay, very good. Very
yeah.
good. How about let's talk about the programs a little bit that you got going
Yeah.
on here, because I mean the
So,
kids pretty soon are going to be off.
yes,
Cool.
I know. So, we do have a winter break fun day, and that has very limited openings. So, I do recommend that people, if you want to have your kids enrolled in that, to definitely sign up for that. There are family classes, things like that. Most of our programs, as far as classes go, stop until after Christmas, and then we start up again as soon as Christmas is done. We
Okay.
have, for adults, we have everything from, pottery. Like I know that people were into learning all these different types of hobbies and things like that. So we have macrame, we have pottery, we have things like that for adults, and for kids we have lots of options. Fun things that they can do. This coming year. So we have spring break art camp. So if you're not going anywhere for spring break, I know that's kind of in the future, but to think about that, the best thing to do is go to our website, which is at the bottom, which is www.macniderart.org. And you can see that everything, that we have listed there, as far as what's available. And I would recommend that people start registering now because our
Right.
classes do fill quickly.
Yeah.
And because we space people out more now due to COVID and all those sorts of things, you want to register sooner rather than later.
So is this something that the parents or the grandparents have to be there, or is it kind of like a daddy daycare where you drop the kids off once you get them registered?
Well, so for kids ages 2 to 4, we do have a program called Art Bugs, and we do have parents required for that. And the reason why is because at 2 to 4, they are not always potty trained, and we really don't have the ability to do that with the staff that we have. They also need a little bit more help, like cutting and doing things. It's kind of like the mommy and me classes or the daddy and me classes. It doesn't have to be a parent. It could be a grandparent or some other caregiver, an aunt and uncle. But for the other classes, yes, you just drop them off. So that is an advantage that you can just drop them off. We also have Kids Club, which is a club that's free. And on one month, it'll be on a Thursday night. On another month, it'll be on a Saturday. So a kind of flexible schedule. And I know a lot of moms, especially working moms, that even on Saturday, they'll drop their kids off. They'll come back 2 hours later because it's a free class, and during that time, they'll buy groceries and all that stuff. And that's for ages 5 to 12. Once again, all those programs, there's too many to list. They're all on our website, which is www.macniderart.org. You can always call the museum too, which is 641-425-1297. Oh, sorry, not that number. 641-421-3666. That's the number for the main line that I'm going to call.
I bet you get a lot of, you're going to be, I would think that you get, besides the big holiday open house coming up, because of the whole holiday theme, winter theme going on at the museum, do you think, you get pretty busy on the weekends?
Yes, we do. Yeah. So people have family in town, and what do you do with them, right?
Right.
Especially it's cold outside. You're not going to go to a park or have a picnic. We have our imagination playground, which is like this ginormous foam Lego set. We've had it for a number of years, and that's up in our Salisbury room. Always we recommend to call ahead to make sure it's up, but it should be up for, the majority of the month. Also, people don't realize that we do rentals. That's another thing, that if you want to have a holiday party here, we have still a few available dates for those. So let's say your house isn't big enough to host a family gathering, or a business wants to have a family, a holiday party of some kind. that's a popular thing to have here at the museum as well. We have a Salisbury room that can be rented out for that. And it's a way that the museum also generates income since we have to raise half of our own income.
Yeah, you betcha. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'd be good to come back to you here this early in 2022, and we'll see what's going on here for the year for next year. And
Yeah.
and people could, we don't mention this enough. People can always be a donator, right? I mean, you
Yes.
always accept donations. You
Mm-hmm.
are a nonprofit organization, obviously, so
Yep.
people can easily
tax exempt. Yeah,
Yep.
you can write it up on your taxes when you donate to the museum or the museum's foundation.
Mhm.
A lot of people, I think that because we're a city department, that we're 100% funded by the city, but we actually raise about $250,000 ourselves every year. And that is a very big task in a town of 28,000 people.
Yeah.
And especially when there's a lot of other nonprofits and a lot of other organizations that have their hand out asking for charity dollars.
Mhm.
And so we are part of that mix as well. So we have memberships to the museum. If you're thinking about getting a unique gift for the holiday season, a way to support the museum is to shop our gift shop. And it supports local artists as well. So we have pottery and jewelry and, fiber arts and all sorts of stuff, handmade cards down in the gift shop. And that raises money not only for local artists, but it also raises money for us. So as you mentioned, donations are always very much appreciated this time of year. Get that in before the tax season, right?
You bet.
That's right.
All right. December 10th and 11th, your big holiday open house, and your again, the times on Friday night are
5 to 7
Okay.
is when the hats will be playing, and we'll be serving food and such. And then from 1 to 4 on Saturday. We're open the whole day on Saturday, but the actual event is between 1 and 4. We're still looking for volunteers for both of those events. So if you're interested, as I mentioned, I'll say the museum's phone number again, 641-421-3666.
All right. Jay, you have anything else?
I don't. I do not. It sounds like a lot of fun, and get the kids out there, the grandkids, and it's a great place to, get away from everybody at the house and go do something creative.
It's about making memories. As I mentioned, we have all these wonderful things, that you can make, like wreaths, kids will make, and gnomes on a stick, which I don't know if that's kind of a state fair thing, but gnomes on a stick is what I call them. Cute. Cool. Handmade cards, we cut out the parts so the kids can make it.
Yeah.
Ornaments. This is kind of a takeoff on, the old fashioned Play-Doh. This is like actually air dry clay, so it works a lot better. And then we have snowflakes, and some of these are pretty easy even for little ones because it's just stringing little beads. So lots of fun things going on here.
I remember being a kid and making those, those snowballs, styrofoam snowballs with glitter all over.
Yep, exactly.
What a mess.
Yeah. But I know even in my house, we have these from prior years, and you open them up and you put them on, and you think, oh, that's so cute.
Edie, we really appreciate it. A lot of people can go to the website MacNiderArt.org to find out a lot of this information. Also, and we hope you have yourself a great event coming up and a good end of year. Real quick, I guess I just thought of one. Looking ahead here, I would assume you're closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah, so Christmas Eve, we're actually going to be closed. Normally we're open a half day, but because of how it falls for our employees, we'll be closed Christmas Eve. So to look at our hours, I recommend people go to our website, which you have scrolling on the bottom, www.MacNiderArt.org. We also posted it on Facebook. You can also call the museum. But I know some people wait to the very last minute, to buy gifts. We have sometimes people here till 12:01 on Christmas Eve, which is fine. But this year we aren't going to be open that late. So I do recommend that if you want to get those gifts, maybe stop in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. All right.
If you want to find out what's going on in the community, this is what we've got. It's the Fox 411 and Kiss Country Neighborhood News, brought to you by CG Public Health. Thanks to those fine folks over there. And Edie, we thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Hey, thank you so much.